Welcome back to Tran Win Sands of Salzaar. The guide video on this game will be coming up soon. I'm still working out the finer details of it, but the majority of the work's already done. So for this episode, to tide people over since there's been more than 2 weeks since my last video, we will be covering the NPC's quests, the companion quests. Let's go ahead and we'll start with Alaf Jahim.
Justice will prevail.
Tell me about your childhood.
I am 60 this year, still working as hired muscle. You probably didn't know I was so old when you hired me. You know why? As soon as the desert bandits hear the name Alaf Jahim, they all flee. Even today, no one dares rob my caravans. I think fate had a hand in our meeting, so let me tell you a story of myself when I was young. More than 30 years ago, I was still a young man in my 20s. We were still some ways away from the Black Sun. There were no monsters, just bandits, though many nearly as bloodthirsty as monsters.
Alaf Jahim?
Yes.
And you're worth 3 men.
Yes, boss.
But I need to eat as much as 3 men. This... Boss, he's cheap. My heart is pounding. I hear a lot of things happen in these sands.
Don't worry, boss. I'll do my best to protect you.
Fine, let's go. I hope nothing happens. We hear hoofbeats ahead. Something troubling has happened.
Hello? I won't say it again. Your money or your life, or neither.
Alaf Jahim! Alaf Jahim! I am their guardian. If you want to rob them, you must ask my weapon.
Alaf Jahim?
It's only you. We have mini guards. After them.
Yes, it's just me.
You.
How many do you see here?
More than 30 men?
More than 30 men against you? You think you can win?
No, but I know you would not survive.
You idiot. You think this is a duel? Brothers, he's alone. Get him.
Forgive me. We are but humble workers of little value. Please, let us go. Forget the goods. They're yours.
It isn't your money. Of course you don't care. The goods are gone. So what's the point of letting you live?
Mister, please. Leave me with something, please.
Let me tell you. Don't expect mercy from a bandit. He has long lost his heart. Brothers, take the goods and the people away. We can sell the goods and ransom the people. Anything we can't turn into money. Feed to the dogs.
Forgive me.
You get what you pay for.
Alaf Jahim! Alaf Jahim was surrounded by dozens of bandits. Strong as he was, he couldn't fight against such odds, and he failed to escape. What happened then?
We'll get to then another time. Today, this old man is tired of speaking. When we are closer, I will tell you what happened next. Alright, I will continue to tell you my story. Linen, leather. Where's the silk and jade? Pisses me off. It's better than going empty-handed. Here's a tip. They have wine. Wine? Wine is good. Where is it? Have they started drinking it? I don't know. My brothers have a lot on their mind, but they wouldn't be so heartless. Don't listen to the boss. We bandits are heartless. They don't think about anyone but themselves. You have to be self-sufficient. You're right. Let's check it out tonight. Why? Why would they keep me alone in here? This iron cage is a little rusty. I could open it.
So this event actually uses one of the rare times where time of day matters. If I break out during the day, your character will have to enter a battle, which I can easily win, but just to kind of keep things interesting, we'll do this during night. You can also fight them for the keys to unlock and free your buddies. We're also going to take the alternative action for that. We're going to break the door. Ah! The iron door is loose. We can open it. Well, I don't know my own strength. If I weren't so focused on protecting the others, I might have won the battle. I have no problem against impossible odds. But that being said, it's better to be cautious. These bandits go to their vault at night. This may be an opportunity to avoid combat. I need to see where they are. I can't escape by myself. I should try to avoid direct combat if possible. The torch is strong. That's good. Boss. How can you... Help me? Shush. I'll be with you in a minute. This cage won't open. Are you an idiot? Why are you trying to pull it open? Are you an idiot? Go find a key or something. Get out of my face. A key? I will find a way. Don't be a fool. Go. Oh, here I go. In addition to the key, there is another way to open the cage. Tie a wet cloth, the 2 iron railings, find a sturdy wooden stick, and twist it to unscrew the iron railings. But where can I find cloth, water, and a sturdy wooden stick? This bucket of water should be enough. The goods. There was a bunch of linen in the shipment. Cloth, water, and a sturdy stick. Now they can be rescued. I'm here to rescue you. How are you going to save us with this broken crap? I really regret hiring you. Trust me, the iron railings aren't strong. I should be able to break you out. Unless my muscles fail me from starvation. Okay, enough chatter. Open the door! Alaf binds bound the 2 iron railings with a damp cloth and twists the wooden stick for a few turns. The 2 iron railings were bound together. He tightened one side. With great effort, Alaf Jahim opened a large enough gap for people to squeeze through. Me first! Let me go first! You're so heartless. How can you treat me like this? I don't believe I'm grateful yet, you useless thing. Go! I don't have enough money to buy meat. Time to go back. Mother, bless me so that I may find rabbits on my way home. Sandboars and rats are good too. Hey, Alaf Jahim, your friends are all gone. I'm not afraid of you. You really are an idiot. You don't get it? I let them go on purpose. On purpose? I don't understand. Why would you do that? Why? Why would I let all my ransom money get away? I did it to cover for you. After all, you and I come from the same place. Couldn't let you lose face like that. Now you have your honor and I get the goods. The same place, don't lie. My tribe is long gone. Yep, long gone. That's why I became a bandit. And to think that I was the son of our Khan. You're Muna. You're an idiot. Did you know that? How could you? What would your ancestors think? Our Khan would be disappointed. Alaf Jahim. You can't do this. They're just ordinary people living difficult lives. You are a piece of work. You think life is easy. Life isn't easy, Alaf Jahim. You know why someone sent meat to your house when you were 10? Because my mother helped someone from that family. How do you think your mother helped someone? Alaf Jahim punches Muna in the face. Muna spat out blood and a few teeth. You won't insult my mother. Jahim, do you know who your father is? Eyes flare with anger following an involuntary gasp. You look down on bandits, but you are the son of one. Muna! I couldn't understand why you pretend to be so self-righteous. Who do you think you are? You're like your mother. You'll die in the dirt, but you pretend you're so pure. Come on, you want honor? You little turd. No one cares about you.
逆流。带弹，赤霄逆炉。
Boss, are you alright? Your brothers are here to help you. Let's go.
Muno waved his hand and motioned them to stop. Jahim is injured, but he stands upright.
I am leaving.
Hey, Jahim. Doesn't matter how clean you think you are. One day, you'll sell your conscience for a sack of grain.
I'd rather starve.
And so, Alaf Jahim left the bandit camp. Though he did not complete his mission, he still saved the lives of those people. Alaf Jahim never gave up and worked as a hired guard to escort caravans. 30 years passed in the blink of an eye.
With you here, I can relax. These goods need you.
Boss, is this old guy gonna cut it?
Shut up! What do you know?
Master Jahim, he doesn't understand. Don't listen to him.
It's fine. Let's set off once everything is sorted.
Great, let's go.
Stop! The way is closed. Oh, and how is that? Hey, look at this old coot they hired. Did you come to give me your money, Grandpa? Go look after your grandkids and stay out of this. I am alone. I have no children. Something wrong with your ears, old man? What are you doing? Don't run. You don't like money. Hey! Jahim! You're Alaf Jahim! In the flesh. Sorry. Help me! What coward fears sacrificing his life for righteousness? That is my story. I have not told it to anyone in many years. I'm older now and I haven't met many like you. I've kept this long spear with me for many years. It's as sharp as it's ever been, just like my wits. I have no heir. Take the spear. It will protect you along your travels.
And you get a random Jahim's spear, so it could be any prefix. Now, one thing to note is that he talks about how strong he is, but he only has 80 strength, which is actually not that phenomenal. Since he's level 20, this means that he gets 4 strength per level. We'll say 9 or 8 is really high. 4 is half of that. So he's not as hurt. Well, I guess he is old. I don't know. Maybe that has to do with it. That is the first character down. Let's head on to the next.
You. Why did you find me?
I heard you needed help with something.
Celine.
Amira Zahra lowers her head when she meets your gaze and pulls her veil to hide her face.
What's wrong?
She blushes and shook her head.
It's nothing.
It's fine. Just tell me.
There's something I need. Please help me.
Okay.
Might be difficult.
What's the matter? What is difficult?
Alaf Jahim has some goods to be delivered to Majur village, a town to the north of the Great Desert. It is a large shipment, but because the way to the town is long and complicated, and there are bandits blocking the way, no one dares to escort us with this shipment.
Let me handle it.
Really?
Lead the way.
Thank you so much. When you're ready, we'll go to the canyon north of the desert. I will take you there.
All right. I think this is way out. Yeah, this is West Dokana Desert. We are currently 2 maps away from that, so I'll see you when we get there.
Are you ready to escort the shipment?
Yes. This mission is actually kind of interesting in that it scores your progress. It kind of grades you at the end.
This is it. Do you see the road ahead? The leftmost road is the fastest route, but also the most dangerous. You should be careful. If you encounter danger, run away. Life is more important than cargo. It's in your hands now. Safe travels.
Protect the shipment, avoid fighting, and arrive within the allotted time. You'll be rewarded based on your score. Choose your route and begin your journey. Congratulations, your score is perfect. Oh, House Zahra of the Golden Bazaar.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Please, rest here as you need. Boys, take care of the goods. I didn't expect you to get here so soon. This is incredible. Majur Village may seem small, but there are many valuable treasures here. Unfortunately, it is difficult to access on account of the many bandits nearby. We should have come ourselves to pick it up, but our own escort team has been very busy. We're sorry for making you bring it yourself. These are small tokens of appreciation. Take them. Rest in the village for a while. Our caravan will leave soon. You may join them if you wish. Don't worry. The warriors of Major Village are nothing to sneeze at.
You're back? You're not hurt.
You shake your head.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I don't know what I would have done without you. Thank you.
Why do you blush so easily?
I've always had this problem. I get nervous speaking with nearly anyone. Do you think I'm ugly?
Just quirky.
When I was a child, I lived in Jamal City. I didn't go out very often. I rarely saw outsiders. My father, he was very demanding. He always wanted me to be aware of my bearing and status.
You used to be a noble in Jamal City.
I guess. The old empire is gone. Jamal City no longer belongs to the Nefrit. We have not been nobles for a long time. In fact, no one in this world is really born noble. No one knows what the future holds. I will work hard to be less nervous. After all, I am now a merchant in the Golden Bazaar. Merchants must deal with many people.
Amira Zahra tries to meet your eyes, but quickly blushes as bright as the red sun. She turns her head away.
Don't force yourself.
And then we get, most importantly, the Zahra pocket item. Every 15 days, you can use this pocket for Jade. As for the perfect score I got, that gets you 3 talent points. A lesser grade can get you 2 talent points or 1 talent point. Alright, to the next hero.
Am I a ranger or an alchemist? I'm both.
Is something on your mind?
That.
What do you want me for?
Nothing happened.
It's okay, just tell me where I'm needed.
Really? Wonderful. I don't know how to express myself. Did you know, there's a valley near Crying Rock? There are precious herbs in that valley, but dangerous monsters lurk nearby.
You want me to get you those herbs?
I'm embarrassed to ask. I can handle small monsters by myself, but the monsters who guard the herbs are no ordinary creatures. Oh, no rush. This place is really dangerous. If you have time and are interested, just let me know.
Alright, I have a little bit more traveling to do, and I will see you there. Maybe this would be pronounced Tiqin or something like that, but what I did was I took her Chinese characters and inserted it into a Chinese text-to-speech device, and they pronounce it Tiqin. So that's the way I'll do it here.
The herbs are in that cave ahead. Wait, the monsters inside are dangerous. Every night, the valley emits tendrils of green light, almost like smoke. It is mysterious and beautiful. The green light comes from the magic stone here.
Magic stone?
Yes, the magic stone is not cursed, but blessed. Whenever you touch a magic stone, you receive a blessing which helps you in the next battle. You should know that the monsters are dangerous. Their powers are unique, so choose your blessing carefully. Observe your surroundings to deduce your opponent's powers based on the environment.
Based on the environment? Is there anything here?
I can't tell for now, but it's fine. Let's move forward together.
Touching the magic stone, my entire body feels light, and when we pick, I guess, will boost critical. Whatever.
Are you ready to enter the sigil? We don't know what you will face there.
All the stones have the same prompt.
Yes? This snake seems to be guarding the herbs. He's here. It's gone. Give me a minute and I'll pick the herbs.
Why are you only taking a few?
If I take them all, it's possible the herbs won't go back again.
You're right.
Let's get going to our next destination.
Another one?
Yes, there are 2 other places, but they cannot be accessed from here. The next entrance is in the mountains. This valley is a blessing from the heavens. We can grow many precious herbs there. Wow! This place is just like the other one! Amazing!
You've never been here before.
I'd never made it past that last monster. Thanks to you, I finally won. There are magic stones here too. Let me see. So they're the same as the other magic stones. That's good. Select a blessing and begin the next challenge. Are you ready to enter the sigil? We don't know what you will face there.
I mean, if I knew what I would face, I could make a better decision on what to pick. So, for example, having fought that snake, it kept throwing me in the air, so maybe disable resist would be good.
The Bahar must have lived its entire life in this cave. Hers here must have given it the power to control frost magic.
It's too cold here. I'm freezing. We got away this time. Hurry and collect what you need. We need to get out of here fast.
I have what I need. The next location is a swamp in the Umara cliffs. Let's set off when we're ready.
This will be the last location she takes us to. According to my notes, Tiqin can be prompted to give you battle elixirs every 15 days. She can give you potions that grant you temporary resilience, potions that boost your own and nearby allies' crit rate, orbs which restore 4,000 health, and orbs which restore 4,000 mana.
More?
Are we hallucinating?
No, the environment has changed slightly. Should we keep pushing ahead?
Do you know what herbs are in that cave?
I don't know.
Do you expect something to show up inside?
I'm looking forward to it.
Ooh, maybe it's filled with ugly and ferocious monsters. Tiqin lowers her head and sighs. Go and look.
What if there are some nasty monsters here?
And there must be precious herbs here too. The scarier the monster, the more valuable the herb.
Really? You're such a considerate companion. If this herb has truly never been discovered before, then it will bear your name from this day forward.
Celine's herb. Forget it. You can still do the same one each time. So I guess maybe the first one's weak and disabled, maybe the second one boosts critical, so we'll go with health regen. I did boost critical for the first 2, but again, also it doesn't matter because my character is going to be strong enough to defeat these monsters. What did you find? Tiqin's eyes gleam as they stare at a blue flower in the corner.
I've only read about it in books. There's nothing like the no demise in the world.
No, what?
The no demise herb is a legendary plant that gives off blue light. It is said that eating it will prevent you from ever becoming sick. This is the stuff of dreams for many nobles.
Then let's take it with us.
No!
What's wrong? It wasn't easy to find this.
There's only one plant here and it is still growing. It is a truly rare thing. It must have been difficult for it to grow here. We can't just take it for ourselves. It's okay. I will wait for it to grow and spread. When this area is overgrown with no demise, only then will I gather some for medicine. This is a chaotic world. Many people need an herb like this. If we wait, we can help more people. Even though we didn't take the no demise, I was able to harvest many other precious herbs. Thank you so much. I've decided. I'll give you some elixirs later. Remember, these are elixirs from the great alchemist Tiqin. You won't get them anywhere else.
Thank you.
You helped me, so I have to do something for you. You could say that we're good friends. There's no way forward. Let's get out of here.
Alright, so let's take a look at this reward. Have you made any new elixirs recently?
You're just in time. I have some newly made elixirs for you. Take them.
And we get 4 mana well orbs in this case. Normally we would do Yaya next, but in this current version of the game, I can't seem to progress on his storyline. I've tried a fresh file with no mods working or running, no mods enabled, and it still is not able, it still freezes when I begin the next Yaya segment, so we will have to postpone him for now until he's patched back. We'll skip him and go to Mathali. My family's fighting style will never die so long as I'm around.
Care to share your story?
The night was filled with celebration as your men drank and gambled around the campfire. Toward the end of the night, you see one of your band, Mathali, sitting by the edge of the fire pit, lost in thought. You are a thoughtful leader and decide to lend an ear to his troubles. Is there something on your mind? You seem a bit down in the dirt, friend. It's just the past creeping up like it does from time to time. I'll get over it.
Oh? You and your sword have wandered the desert for years, no? You must have quite the story.
I've actually been wanting to ask you. Upon finishing speaking, the usually serious Mathali blushed in embarrassment. Nothing about my past is legendary. It's a bore compared to the adventures I've seen with you.
Come on, I'm curious. Just a story or two.
Just remember, you might get bored. Maybe even disappointed. A curious crowd began forming around Mathali, lending their ears. As they egged him on, Mathali began speaking of a strange occurrence several years prior. His tone grew more serious as he began to recall the details. It was a day like any other. I just finished an ordinary commission for an ordinary client and was returning home from the desert near Twin Luna Valley. Just as my mind began to wander, a figure leapt out onto the path ahead of me.
Good swordsman, have you pledged your faith to the god of fire? The Nefrit were destroyed and the black sun rose in the sky. The god of fire will save us. He will deliver us. Only his faithful servants shall be spared when his flames consume the earth. Our congregation, the Church of Radiance, seeks new believers to join our flock. Your soul is in need of saving, my brother.
This was back when the Church of Radiance was nothing more than a small gathering. Their name recalled no memory of mine, but I knew who their god of fire was. The Ifrit. I wanted to refuse, but I found myself surrounded by dozens of zealots with a wave of her hand. Please, forgive me. I am but a mere traveler who intends on reaching his destination. Let's be civil about this.
So you are unwilling to serve his flames? Then your head shall be sacrificed to his will.
See, that's Q right there. That's a really nice attack. We have here recover 10% health. You'll need to use that quite a bit. Then we have this is the dash and target location. Finally, we have... Oh, we'll see that in a minute. Once I struck down their leader, her disciples fled like chickens with their heads cut off. I put away my blade, my safety ensured. I'm no killer, and had no reason to extract any revenge upon their naive souls. As I prepared to leave, I saw a figure cowering behind a boulder. Who's there?
Stop! Let me go!
Hiding behind a boulder was a girl of no more than 7 or 8 years.
Where'd they go?
I chased them off. You're safe now.
Really? Wow, are you some sort of hero?
Far from it. Where are your parents? I'll escort you home.
Thank you, thank you. Our village is nearby. Come with me.
The little girl led me to a nearby village. It was a small but lively community filled with enthusiastic smiles and rather welcoming embraces. Yara, where did you run off to? You know it's not safe out there with all those fanatics.
Dad, listen. This man just saved me from a bunch of them.
I owe you my gratitude, swordsman. I can't imagine what would have happened to Yara if you weren't there. I don't know how I can ever repay you. I'd earned their ire as well. It was a good deed, nothing more. But I wouldn't mind a meal, some water, and a place to rest for a few hours. The entire village came running the moment we got word that an outsider had beaten a few radiant head cases. After speaking with a few of them, it became clear that their village had been besieged by the Church of Radiance for quite some time. The followers would show up in their village asking for utar and food donations. They were not so much religious zealots as they were bandits playing dress-up. It was then that I decided to make camp in their village for a few days. I hoped to provide them some temporary refuge while teaching them how to defend themselves.
And then, what happened next?
Like I said, nothing extraordinary. It's getting late. Feel free to get some sleep if I'm boring you.
Keep talking. We're all interested.
Although I only stayed in the village for 5 or 6 days, its people left a deep impression on my soul, especially Yara, the little girl who I now called my friend. I not only taught them how to defend themselves, but gave Yara my family's most precious jade pendant. Legends say that it would ward off bad luck, but had never worked much for me. After several days of tracking, I located the Radiance Fanatics' main camp and prepared to put an end to their cruelty. Before I left, knowing that I was putting myself in danger, many villagers came to thank me and offered to accompany me. I kindly declined, feeling more than capable of my own. I bid my farewells and promised to return once the Radiant Scourge was dealt with. I followed the tracks of a camel caravan to a hidden cave. I had found the church's hideout, snuck in, located their leader, and cut the head off of the vicious serpent. So we have Restore Mana. So this one's kind of cool. This is... Oh, hold on. The air is scorching within the underground. What could the heathens be up to? This setup is very similar to how the multiplayer works and the brawling toolbar. Intruder. They're going to stop our ceremony. Kill them, my faithful flock. Actually, I think all the other quests and most dungeons should actually be run like this, rather than you playing in the world map and then load to battle and then load out of battle and all this stuff. Just have this whole thing be like this. I'll have to handle this myself. The god of fire is reborn. You'll pay for this. Watch out, they've summoned something. Foolish mortals something. I did not have time to read that. If you don't pace yourself on this battle, you could probably find yourself being defeated by the Ifrit Grand Wizard. That's why I was deliberately being stingy against the followers. It's finally over. The underground has been cleared of heathens. Hopefully the villagers can finally live out their days in peace. Get out of here now! couldn't believe my eyes when I returned to the village. The modest but prosperous village I had left that very morning was now nothing more than a pile of overgrown ruins. Piles of bones were scattered across the ground, a mass grave. What happened? What's going on? Unable to comprehend what I was seeing, I rushed forward and began digging with my hands. I dug and dug, pulling up corpse after corpse until I found it. My jade pendant. Young man, are you a grave robber? What on earth do you think you're doing? There was a village here. I just spent a week here. I left this morning. You must be confused, son. These villagers were massacred a few years back by followers of some cult called the Church of Radiance. Most were killed, but a few were kidnapped. It's been like this since then. It can't be. Of course it can be. Then the story goes that all those Radiant followers died in some underground palace during a black magic ritual. I understood then that I had experienced the remnants of time itself, tendrils from the past. Those villagers had been dead for decades. Nothing I could do would undo their tragedy. I realized that pure strength alone can't solve every problem in this world. As Mathali finishes his story, you can't help but sink into your thoughts. As I said, it was a boring story. Every time I look at this jade pendant, however, I can't help but reminisce about the vision I experienced, especially my time with Yara. The shadows linger in my mind. Would you take care of it for me? Perhaps a dose of out of sight, out of mind will help me. I understand. I'll treat it as if it were my own. We got the Lucid Pendant. The Lucid Pendant's ability. They gain immunity to all disabling effects for 8 seconds. Finally, we have Umara. I actually like Umara's quest the best.
I like to dance. One day, I will dance on the great stage of Jamal City.
Is there anything on your mind? You seemed unhappy recently. He looks depressed and lost in thought.
I can't find my favorite dancing flats.
They were just shoes. I'll buy you another pair. How much could they have been? You take out your coin purse, ready to give some utar to Umara.
They were spun with phoenix feathers, no less than 10,000 utar.
How could they be that expensive? You silently place your coin purse back in your pocket.
They were my favorite pair. I always put them straight in my bag whenever I finish dancing. And I feel like I haven't seen them since we passed by North Crag's outpost. Someone must have stolen them.
Umara is a valuable member of your party. Your usually cheery attitude keeps your forces distracted from countless hardships. You decide that Umara's smile is worth the trouble of tracking down her lost shoes.
I think I know how to find your boots. Really? Truly?
You begin sharing your plan as you watch hope spread across Umara's face.
The thief targeted you directly. They could have stolen anything from any one of us, yet they chose not to. I suspect you've caught the fancy of a starstruck suitor. Dance alone by the riverside on a moonlit night, and I'll protect you from the shadows. We'll catch them red-handed if they show their face again. That's such a smart plan.
Despairing dancing flats. Side quest. Alright, before we run off, let's actually set a rally point because we will be back in Umbra Hills to complete this quest. And go quest, location, and let's head over here. This is where we did the Tiqin quest. With the rest of the troop relaxing back at camp, find yourself keeping a watchful eye from the bushes as Umara dances alone at the riverbank, framed by craying rock. Umara seems to have entered a trance, completely absorbed by her steps. While you've seen her dance before, you've never had a moment to really stop and appreciate her art. Today, you can guard her from a bandit. Yet as Umara's steps grow ever more passionate, even you can sense the birds, insects, and the air itself grow still, as the entire scene has been enchanted. A heartbeat. You hear a twig snap nearby. Come back! Miss Umara, you caught me.
You stole my favorite pair of dancing flats.
So you found me out.
Give them back.
Of interest is he will actually not attack Umara.
Damn thief, take this.
This bandit's really hardcore though.
Strange, why isn't he attacking Umara? Now, hand over the shoes.
He looks distressed. I watched Lady Umara's beautiful feet prance to and fro every day in those shoes, but they were scorched by embers last night as I lay dreaming of her by my campfire. I came back today to see if I could take another keepsake with me.
Give me my shoes back!
He pushes forward forcefully. Hold Umara back.
So, I suspect Miss Umara has caught your eye, hasn't she? I guess my moves are just too enchanting. But it's hard not to punish you.
With a strike of a pose, a reflection appears on the river's serene waters. You squint, realizing that it is Umara holding her pair of lost shoes. The thief, clearly enraptured by the sight, walked in a stupor towards the water and fell in face first. After a few moments of panic swimming, he climbed onto the opposite bank, soaked and humiliated. Umara's sadness seems to have been replaced by a sweetly sinister grin.
You got your revenge, but that won't bring your shoes back.
Her cheer deflates for a moment and then returns.
Well, that's just the way it is. I have a reason to practice more, work harder and dance better, to save up and buy a new pair of Phoenix flats.
So this next section is a little bit different in that you don't actually trigger it right away. You notice that there is no dialogue option here.
Time to make some utar. Let's get rich.
What is it?
I heard someone in the bazaar mention a gig in Meyerton. A rather well-off merchant is looking to hire a dancing virtuoso for 10,000 utar.
It almost sounds too good to be true.
Do you think his intentions are pure? Perhaps, but I think you'd better keep an eye on me like you always do.
Alright, but I get a share of the reward. Now this icon is something that was added in a patch since I played. Since my playthrough. I'm not going to click it because it could end up lowering my relationship with these characters, so we're actually not going to look at that today. I want the max relations so I can complete these quests. You arrive at the prescribed location on the outskirts of Meyerton. Looking around, I see an illuminated platform with some dance steps scribbled on an old piece of parchment. As the client has nowhere to be found, Umara changes her outfit, studies the steps, and climbs on stage to practice. I lead the rest of my men to find cover in the shadows.
Whew.
She hums as she follows the intricate steps.
So they had a rather peculiar dance in mind. It's difficult too. No wonder they're paying such a high price. But this will be easy for someone like me. I think I've nailed it. I guess I should start getting ready for the performance.
I hear someone approaching and dart behind the bushes. I watch as a man in black robes walk towards Umara. Ah, Lady Umara. Your reputation precedes you. I am your ever grateful host. I suppose you've learned the steps shown on the parchment by now?
It's my pleasure to meet you. I hope I won't disappoint. Will there be an audience?
I alone will witness this performance. The reward is yours if you can complete the steps. Why don't we begin?
Well, let's get started. I do hope you enjoy the performance.
Umara's figure shimmered in the flames as the bells on her dress jingled with mystic tones. The host clapped from time to time, yet seemed perversely focused on the rhythm. A chill runs down your spine as you sense a dreadful arcana spreading through the air. Umara finally finishes her performance.
Is there something wrong?
Lady Umara, you really are the best dancer I've seen. So many others fell short. Only your steps could summon the abyss. A horde of bandits suddenly leaped from the shadows and circled Umara. We pooled our riches together to find the right dancer. Now that you've performed the ritual, we'll just sacrifice you and call forth demons from the underworld.
So you're just a bunch of dark art practicing power-hungry thieves. Do you really think you can control a demon?
That's right. And they'll be sworn to grant our wishes. You realize the gravity of the situation.
Stop!
So, our dancer has a few friends, does she? Even more. Then our sacrifice will only be more worthy. We're sure to succeed. And of course my army just is going to completely annihilate them. My mercenary crossbowmen are actually equipped with a special item that basically gives them guns, even though it looks like crossbows. Although it's not relevant to the video, you might be interested in it as a Sands of Salzaar fan, so I'll show it off afterwards.
Is it over?
The end is just beginning. Only then do you realize that the ritual called simply for a sacrifice of flesh and blood. It did not matter to whom it belonged. The bandits had planned to sacrifice Umara to open a portal to another dimension. But the bandit's blood you spilled seems to have been enough. You feel the air pulse violently around you. The black rift suddenly tears through the space before you. The bandit captain screams as his body is engulfed in darkness. As the air calms, you see a demon standing in his place.
Who summoned me?
Ah, this must be one powerful demon. We can't let him escape.
Pitiful insects. You think you and your friends can stop me? Come, face my fiends! I am immortal within the realm of my own imagination.
So you say.
How could you best me?
What fool would fight so close to their enemy, willingly exposing their weaknesses?
Even if I perish, I'll make one of you pay.
He turns to look at you with pure hatred.
Feel the full force of my rancor. My greatest curse. Vanish into the abyss.
Watch in horror as a red beam erupts from the demon lord's eyes before you can move out of the way. You turn your head as you watch Umara leap in front of you.
No!
The curse strikes Umara and her body falls limp. Seeing your painful reaction to Umara's death.
That wouldn't have been such a bad ending either.
You open your eyes as tears stream from them to see Umara unharmed, laughing and out of breath as if she had just finished a challenging waltz. The demon lay in a stupor next to her.
You're right. How? Why didn't you kill him? Why is he laughing? Whoa, slow down. I'm just tired. Don't worry about me. He's just a bit lost in his dreams.
What do you mean?
Well, first off, I didn't expect this demon to be such a pushover. I wonder if he was weak from crossing into our dimension. My dance was more than enough to inspire a few of his hallucinations.
As his injuries worsened, the illusion of the demon firing his curse at Umara faded.
How could this be? How are you still alive? How can a mortal master such methods? You're evil.
It feels a bit strange to be called evil by a demon.
You know, this poor demon hasn't even had a chance to do anything wrong.
The portal is still open. Should we send him back to his own world?
If we want the best reward, we'll let the demon go. If we want an item, which is going to be an epic item called the Refuge Heart, which will give us a burn aura or some burn damage, we can pick this one. I will show you the worst reward first. We'll seal the demon away. A sword pierces the demon's heart. As the demon meets his demise, we watch his hulking body break into a spinning cloud of dust, which then vanishes to a single point. Red, shimmering jewel falls to the ground.
There's no way to actually kill him, but we can keep him stowed away in this ruby.
I guess we'd better hold on to it then. I suppose we wasted our time then. We didn't even earn enough Utar to sponsor your new pair of shoes.
That might not be true.
Umara is carrying a chest filled with dazzling trinkets and gems.
It shocks me to this day just how brainless bandits can be. Look at all those relics they collected for the rituals. I bet we could sell them, or some of them, for a decent price. You think it will cover a new pair of Phoenix flats? Try not to worry about that too much. All I'm saving for is one pair of shoes. Let's split it. That's fair.
Let's take a look at our item. It is here. So it gives us 100% burn duration reduction, meaning like we cannot get on fire. The second one here is a random modifier, so that won't always be there. And the third bullet there reduces damage dealt to enemies within 1,000 cubits by 30%. So from what I can tell, you would never really want to wield this. It sounds like enemies near you take 30% less damage. I mean, logically, it shouldn't do that. It should increase damage dealt to enemies nearby you or something. I don't know. It says curses nearby enemies in the description, but the bullet text says reduces damage dealt to them. I don't know. So let's rewind time and show you what happens when we pick the other option. Here we are, back at this choice. Now let's let the demon go.
You're letting me go.
Just as long as you take an oath not to come back and destroy the world.
After all, you were summoned here. Demons can't break magical contracts like that.
Well, that's understanding of you.
She prepares the contract.
This here signifies your new oath. Just sign here with your blood and you can return to your own world.
He snarls and stamps his bloody fingers on the page.
It appears my brothers were wrong about humans and their treachery.
Right, thanks, that does it. From now on, you've got to show up each and every time she summons you.
She reads the parchment.
I hereby pledge to fight for my master until my dying breath, eternal and... You tricked him!
Hateful human!
He snarls loudly as a rift appears and pulls him into the netherworld.
I suppose we wasted our time then. We didn't even earn enough to just sponsor you a new pair of shoes. That might not be true.
And then it's just the same dialogue. So let's take a look at that ability. Right here. This automatically goes to Umara. It's just like it immediately implanted into her. You can't move it to someone else or anything. It's part of that contract, which is not an equipable item. So this is now part of Umara's skill set forever, which is significantly better than that other gemstone. Summons 2 lesser demons of your level for 20 seconds. Cool. All right, so that's it for right now. Unfortunately, I really wish I could show you Yaya's quest, but it is broken right now. I even tried creating a new file with all the mods disabled. It still freezes the game. I mentioned before that I would talk about my crossbowmen. There is a blue gem called the Ancient, I'm not sure how to say this, Machina or Machina. I'm going to guess Machina. I don't know, because you say Deus Ex, I think it's pronounced like Deus Ex Machina. So I don't know. I really don't. But it says in the text on the 4th bullet, it says replace crossbows with Ancient Machina guns. Attacks deal 100% physical damage and slightly knocks back targets. So I've got a few of these, so I had 3 of them, so I created 3 crossbowmen and equipped them, but that's about it. The others are much cooler as gems like these. Gives level cap by 5 and immune to disable effects, which is like stun and stuff. Yeah, so I just gave him 2 of them, now he's level 30. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching Tran win Sands of Salzaar. I'll see you next time.